As you might have noticed today, I've been a little bit absent, more so than usual. And the whole reason for that is because I have been emotionally processing a very specific story. And it's not a story that involves violence, and it's not a story that might even be a headliner. It's the story from the Washington Post. The story being that the Washington Post, which is now owned by Jeffrey Bezos, decided in one foul swoop today, February 4th, 2026, to lay off 1/3 of its staff. It's one in every three people. And it wasn't just random people in an office either. It was reporters who are stationed overseas, reporters who are quite literally in the middle of war zones in places like Ukraine, people whose entire job, entire professional career is to bear witness and accurately report history in real time. And I need people to understand exactly what that means because I hold a master's degree in communication. And for a little bit of a background, I earned that master's degree kind of in the throes of Trump 1.0. I was, working, I was going to grad school, and I was watching on TV every single day stories about COVID, stories about George Floyd, and I was seeing democracy in action, and I saw people fighting back in a way that maybe I hadn't witnessed before as a millennial. And there is something poetic about that time in my life and seeing all of the news unfold every day and at night and on weekends working towards my graduate degree and wanting to become an investigative journalist because I believed and still believe that the fourth branch, the fourth invisible branch of government is in fact the press. The press is not elected. It is nothing that is armed, but it is powerful because its duty is to watch those who hold the power. You look back in history and you look at something like Watergate. Watergate didn't happen because politicians suddenly decided to have a conscience. No, it happened because journalists refused to stop digging. The same can be said about the Pentagon Papers, which exposed the government's lies about the Vietnam War. We know that journalists are responsible for so much of the civil rights movement and drawing attention to the ugly truths about our country, things that didn't want to be exposed, that people didn't want to have exposed, and things that people didn't want to face, like segregation and violence. And then as time went on, journalists continued to act as this fourth branch of government, this invisible branch of government that held the powerful accountable. Because of journalists, things like the Catholic Church abuse scandal were revealed. Because of journalists, #MeToo was something that was brought to the forefront. And not only did it expose the truth about what happened to women, it allowed women to have this moment of empowerment, to literally say me too, to make people understand how prevalent abuse and things like that truly are. Changed the way that we looked at our society and certain aspects of it. All of those examples, all of them, did not come from federal law enforcement or policing of any kind. It came from a drive, an ambition, and an unwillingness to stop until the truth was revealed by journalists and members of the press. Obviously, my story did not end up in a newsroom. I graduated, I hold that college degree, and then I found myself on your phone, which is still a very cool thing because in many ways, with your support and in this community, I was able to carve a path for myself, something that I never imagined doing ever. But let me tell you why I am scared. I'm not scared for myself. I am scared that the truth is not going to be told, because when a publication as large as the Washington Post lays off 1/3 of its staff, there goes so many witnesses, key people to observe the powerful, key people to bear witness to what is happening each and every day. And on top of that, we see that journalists are being arrested, journalists are being threatened, journalists are being intimidated. Democracy itself has not and will not continue to disappear overnight. It is quite literally eroding. And one day we are going to wake up and wonder where the shoreline is. And we're not going to be able to tell you where it disappeared because it will have happened slowly. It will have happened bit by bit, and one day we are going to wake up and realize that democracy is no more. As far as I'm concerned, it's barely hanging on by a thread anymore as it is. I'm scared because a free press is not optional. A free press is the immune system of democracy.